That must have been some rubbish coal, because I was not expecting that much to come out. Steam engines are wonderful machines, beautiful, powerful, and charming in that slightly chaotic sort of way. But let's be honest, they're also messy, very messy. They have complete loss oil systems, store and burn coal, and therefore produce ash and soot. They kick up dirt, and they seem to attract grime the way a magnet attracts iron filings. And to top it off, they usually work in environments that are just as filthy as they are. It's all part of the fun, or at least that's what I keep telling myself. If you want your engine to look presentable, you will need to clean it after each day of use. Luckily, this isn't a complicated job. It just takes time, effort, and the willingness to get a little dirty, again. I will show you how I clean my engine after a day at the rally field. If it's been wet, you can guarantee there'll be mud. If it's been dry, then dust will coat every surface. And regardless of the weather, one thing is absolutely certain: there'll be oil, coal dust, and soot. An easy place to start is with the large, easily accessible surfaces. I begin by spraying these with WD-40 for its degreasing properties. It breaks down oil and grime effectively and prepares the surface for wiping. After applying it, I use a microfiber cloth to wipe the surface clean. Some people choose to follow this with a light coating of furniture polish on the painted areas. This can help prevent dirt and dust from sticking to the paint, making the engine easier to clean next time. The advantage of using WD-40 instead of water is that it will not cause bare metal surfaces to rust if they are hit by overspray. This makes it a safer option for cleaning around exposed or unpainted parts of the engine. You can see the dirt on the cloth afterwards. In this case, the dirt wasn't too bad, most likely because I had wiped the paintwork at various points during the day at the last rally. The tender area holds onto a fair amount of coal fragments. Here I again use WD-40, but this time I agitate the surfaces with a brush. After loosening the dirt and coal pieces, I rinse the area with water and then dry it with a cloth. The pipes that run through this section can make access a bit more difficult, so some additional effort is usually needed to clean around them properly. The same method applies to the rear wheels, particularly the flat area of the rim, which can be difficult to clean due to the various shapes and corner joints where dirt tends to collect. A low pressure battery powered pressure washer can be used to clean this area more quickly. However, this may remove any loose paint, so make sure you have some of the correct colour available to touch up the paint before using the pressure washer method. Polishing the bronze and brass on the engine is another important step in keeping it presentable. I use Peak, as even when used sparingly, it produces good results quickly. Brass and bronze naturally tarnish when exposed to air due to oxidation, so the shine doesn't last long. For that reason, the final polish is usually best done on the morning of a rally, often while waiting for the fire to raise steam. The bright, cleaned finish of the brass provides a strong contrast against the darker working parts of the engine, giving the whole machine a much more striking appearance. I'm not sure how well it picks up on the camera, but there is some staining here and back here where the oil has stained the paint. That can be removed with a little bit of car polish. Essentially a very light abrasive, and probably some cleaning agents in there as well. You see it does take a thin layer of paint off, hence the green on the rag. So best not to overdo it. Like I say, I'm not sure how well that picks up on camera, but with a bit of work it does remove it. It's taken about an hour and a half to get to this point, and that's generally as far as I go. You could clean all in around this area here with little brushes or little cotton sticks. Now I've done the outside, I need to think about the inside as well, so I'll open up the door to the smoke box. and there's definitely a load of soot in there, and I need to rod the tubes. This bar simply removes and we'll get the brush in there. This engine takes two different size rods for the two different size holes, so it's a case of just picking the appropriate rod and pushing it all the way through. This one is a little bit worn and needs replacing, so I need to go through the tube a couple of times, angling it to try and get the entire circumference. Now you see a lot of engines on the rally field and they're very clean. Occasionally you'll get one that is particularly dirty, and if you speak to the owner they'll say it's a working engine and it's designed to be dirty. Now you can read between the lines if you want and decide if that means cleaning it is too much hard work, or if they generally like the dirty look. I just think it's more pleasurable to operate the engine when it's cleaner. I mean, you're going to get dirty operating steam engines anyway, but I like the way they look clean, so I'm happy to do this. Cleaning these tubes out does make the engine more efficient. The hot air from the fire and all the fumes go through these tubes to get from the firebox into the smoke box and out the chimney, and it's the additional surface area here that allows the heat transfer from the air into the boiler. And you can certainly tell when these are getting clogged on the valley field, because it's very difficult to raise steam. You see quite a lot of soot coming out of these as well. The coal that was burning was very dirty, very smoky, very sooty. These bottom ones are usually extra clogged. You can see quite a pile of ash in there, and obviously it's come out the other end as well, and a big pile on the floor. Usually the ash pan would be under there to catch that, but I left it out just to demonstrate, you know, how much came out, and all of that was suspended within the tubes. So yeah, very dirty coal. It's not always that bad. So what I do next is I simply get a wire brush and get it all up and around here, and either hoover this out or shovel it out. I'll have to hoover that up, obviously, and that'll be clean, ready for its next use. If you want to see more stuff like this, then consider sticking around. Maybe hit that subscribe button.